Welcome to what is fast becoming one of the most popular destinations for pro wrestling fans across the United States. It's the #1 pro wrestling alternative. NWA Wildside, thanks for joining us. Stephen Prazak here, Dan the Dragon Wilson there. And boy, coming after an amazing week last week, Dan, you want to tally them down for us?
Well, first of all, on last week's telecast, you saw David Young defeat Rick Michaels, retaining the Wildside heavyweight title. He was beat down by the NWA Elite with Jeff G. Bailey, who said that Jason Cross was the deserving #1 contender to his title. Bill Barron's put him to task on it. He made Jason Cross take on the sickle-wielding maniac Tank. Thanks to interference from all that Adam Jacobs, Cross was your winner. He's now the #1 contender. Also on the show, you saw the upset of a lifetime. Blackout, decimating G-Rated on the outside of the ring, while Derek Driver was pummeled in the back. Kid Cool made his return, and Blackout were defeated by G-Rated. Also on the show, Bailey continued his tormenting of the man known only as Dustin, making him lose by disqualification to Kevin Harden after the Britney Spear. And in your main event last week, in a three-way dance, Todd Sexton became the new Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, defeating Jeremy Lopez and Jimmy Ray.
And I'm sure both Lopez and now Jimmy Ray are fit to be tied. That was last week. This is this week. Yes, Jason Cross may be the #1 contender. However, there's some contractual obligations to fill. Namely, David Young putting the title on the line against former WCW superstar, primetime Elix Skipper. Also in this hour, the ticking time bomb Scottie Wrenn faces arch nemesis #1, Smart Sawyer. The Wildside Tag Team Champions, Lost Boys. They see action in this hour of Wildside 2. That's a lot of action for 1 hour. Let's get it going.
Smart Sawyer, the Lost Boys are going to be here, and much, much more. Side headlock there by Tony MAMALUKE, and he is cinching it in on young Jeremy V.
Jeremy V is feeling the pain from one of the most ornery Italian, I believe it's Italian, I think, actually. Never come down the pike, that's one Tony MAMALUKE. Boy, Jeremy, look at that hip toss from Jeremy V on MAMALUKE. And he's spinning neck breaker, and MAMALUKE is a little wobbly.
Jeremy V showing some firepower here, but Tony MAMALUKE stops it in a hurry.
Good Lord! MAMALUKE just threw V off that ring apron. He took a header on that security railing. Yeesh. I think we've probably seen the end of most of the offense from Jeremy V. Oh no, charging into the other security railing on the northeast corner of the building. Whatever firepower that Jeremy V brought with him in today, I think it's been put out by Tony MAMALUKE. Your opening salvo this week on NWA Wildside.
Tony MAMALUKE has Jeremy V. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex with a hammerlock. And across the arm breaker, Tony MAMALUKE's got Jeremy V tied up in the ropes, and he doesn't even care.
I wonder how right now if Dean Malenko is particularly proud of his student Tony MAMALUKE and the way his career has gone and the style of wrestling he's taken on.
Well, being a former ECW World Tag Team Champion, I would be proud of him if I was Dean Malenko. However, his attitude is a different story.
That's precisely what I was getting at.
Tony MAMALUKE.
What an ornery cuss.
He's got poor Jeremy V. He's got poor Jeremy V tied up like a pretzel. Taking the youngster to school here.
But V is on top for a sort of a accidental pin attempt. And MAMALUKE didn't like that at all. I am hoping, and I'm on bended knee, hopefully today that the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn, can finally rid us of Smart Sawyer, who is a canker sore on the butt of professional wrestling. I don't mind telling you.
Well, that match is coming up on this week's edition of Wildside. Double clothesline, both men go down.
The spotlight shines on the tag team scene here at Wildside, as well as the Wildside Tag Team Champs, the Lost Boys, coming up next in the era at Wildside, as well as the unusual tag team lineup of Crew Jones and Adam Jacobs, putting it on with ONYX and Caprice, Ice Coleman. All of that and David Young and Elix Skipper in this edition of NWA Wildside.
Jeremy V now going to the top rope against Tony Mamaluke. Here comes Jeremy V. Flying off the top, went for a missile drop kick, nobody home. Mamaluke's got him in a Sicilian stretch.
He's gonna rip that patella right off the bone.
And that's all she wrote for this match. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Tony Mamaluke.
Mamaluke took that left knee of Jeremy V, wrapped it around his own head. There was nothing left but to, obviously, just to call it a day. Jeremy V put up a very valiant effort, but Mamaluke was loaded for bear here this evening. And he seems to be angrier than even normal, if that could possibly be.
And Tony Mamaluke is your winner this week over Jeremy V via the Sicilian stretch. But coming up next, the Lost Boys defend the Wildside Tag Team titles on Wildside.
For a series of seeming like months, and finally, they have those very elusive tag team titles. And tonight, in Rage, Mike Pittman and Scott Cage getting an opportunity very few tag teams do, getting their hands on the tag team titles held by the Lost Boys.
Challengers lined up out the door and around the corner to challenge the Lost Boys for the Wildside Tag Team titles. A couple of weeks ago on Wildside Television, you saw the Briscoe brothers coming in from Ring of Honor Championship Wrestling in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. One of the most touted independent wrestling tag teams in the world. The Lost Boys defeated them. Now the Rage, a hungry young team who scored a huge upset just a couple of weeks ago on Wildside against the up-and-coming team of Future Shock. That has been a great boost of forward momentum for the Rage. Can they carry that momentum into this challenge for the tag team title?
You mentioned young and hungry. In all honesty, the Lost Boys still qualified as young and hungry. Yes, they are the tag team titles. Yes, they've been around as a tag team a good deal longer than the Rage has. But still, they feel there's so much more to prove. I mean, obviously you can't ask them these kind of questions and get those sort of answers. But just by their actions in the ring, you could tell they're improving their craft week after week. Sometimes to the point like double figures to the point. That's just a remarkable tag team. You can never second guess the Wildside Tag Team Champions, the Lost Boys.
Tag made into Gabriel now. Scott Cage in the ring. Blind tag by Pittman. Pittman comes off the top, big drop kick, but Gabriel moves out of the way. And Gabriel goes to work on young Pittman. Reversal. Gabriel cuts a flip, lands on his feet. Standing switch waistline reversal by Gabriel. Pittman's fighting, forearm shots to the back by the Archangel. Goes for a back suplex, but Pittman lands on his feet. Dug up a clothesline by Gabriel. Kick to the midsection. Kick to the back of the knee. Oh, and a spin kick to the chest by Gabriel. The Lost Boys looking very impressive here against the Rage.
Boy, Mike Pittman is feeling the brunt of a major attack from Gabriel. One half of the Wildside Tag Team Champs. Roll from behind. Not enough for a 3.
Counter there, dug up a clothesline into a neck breaker by Mike Pittman. Tag made into Scott Cage. The Rage coming in, like I said before, off that huge upset, defeating Future Shock. Michinoku driver by Scott Cage. 2 count only.
Gabriel able to box the ears in, suffice to say, of Scott Cage. Cage takes the tag to Pittman. I think a little too early on to bring in Pittman.
Flapjack by the Rage. Into the Midnight Express there. The Rage working very well as a team here against the Lost Boys, but it's rather early in the match here. Big right hands by Gabriel. Pittman counters with a low kick to the midsection. Reversal by Gabriel. Dug up a clothesline by Pittman. Big clothesline turning Mike Pittman inside out.
Again, 3 of these competitors, Mike Pittman, AZRAEL, and Gabriel, all in fact were trained at the Wildside Dojo. So there should be a fair amount of familiarity there. So, I mean, Scott Cage is kind of the lone outsider, but still he's shown to be quite an adept tag team competitor. Oh, big swift kick to the nads.
AZRAEL with those lethal kick combinations, polishing it off with a springboard heel kick to the back of the head. Then AZRAEL he's got Mike Pittman, fireman's carry, into a backbreaker / neck breaker. Beautiful maneuver by AZRAEL. Reversal blind tag by Gabriel now. The Lost Boys Going to work on the rage here. There's a time warp.
But Pittman's heading up to the top turnbuckle. Perched up there like a bird.
He connects on a high cross body on AZRAEL. 2 count. Inches away.
And a fraction of a second away from a new tag team champion.
Pittman with a sit-out Uranagi buttbuster. Gabriel kicks out. AZRAEL kicks Pittman right square in the face.
That's going to knock Pittman into next week. Obviously, I think the Lost Boys certainly have curtailed the power of Mike Pittman within the last few seconds. Well, check that.
Lost Boys going for a double team there. Irish whip by Pittman. Scott Cage has Gabriel. Nagisataru neckbreaker by the Rage. This could be all. Prazak Thomas is out of position.
AZRAEL is able to break up the pin in the nick of time. Literally a split second away from new tag team champions. AZRAEL and Pittman and Gabriel and Scott Cage.
Split-legged corkscrew senton, the whisper in the wind by Mike Pittman. But didn't do him a whole lot of favors. Fallen Arcadia by the Lost Boys. Scott Cage is on the top now. Gabriel, top rope Hurricane Rana.
With an inadvertent assist from Cage while a fake elbow drop.
That's the unholy roller. And the Lost Boys retain the titles. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, and still, Wildside Tag Team Champions, the Lost Boys. Tag Team titles, a moment for celebration, I'm sure, for the Rage. Coming up here out of lower card status. And wait a minute!
Wait a second.
Shock.
The ring of Future Shockers got onto the bottom rope with chairs. Just clocked Scott Cage and Mike Pittman. No, but they're not even supposed to be here.
What sore losers these guys are.
Sore losers, they're not even scheduled here.
This took place several weeks ago on Wildside, and now these guys are still attacking. As you know, the Rage defeated Future Shock. It stopped the big winning streak of Future Shock, and they were very upset about it. But what spoiled sports and sore losers are the Chapel Hill, North Carolina natives who are attacking the Rage in a moment of glory after such a hard-fought and tremendous contest against the Lost Boys.
Well, Chapel Hill, North Carolina is so damn wonderful. Why don't you guys go back there? Okay, Future Shock sneaking in here. I mean, after the Rage have performed in one of the most greatest tag team title defenses in a long, long time, and didn't go one-on-one, waiting for their backs to be turned. I tell you, Future Shock, normally they're quite welcome here to compete at any time, but obviously no competition here. Sneaking under the bottom rope like the pair of snakes that they are. Tar heel snakes, apparently. Is precisely not what the Rage did not need. However, coming up next, here's something else I hope that Smart Bart Sawyer better be aware of. It's nothing less than the ticking time bomb. Scottie Wren, he's next.
Gads. Scottie Wren has taken the toy that once belonged to Iceberg.
Some toy. Let the be listening, all you youngsters at home, potato peelers are not toys. You're setting a fine example for the youth of America, Dan. Thanks a lot. Now, how smart can Bart be? Signing for this match against the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wren, with a potato peeler out of ringside. Yeesh.
A psychopath with a stabbing object is all we need in Wildside, or one more of them anyway, as if we don't have enough. The ticking time bomb, one of the most popular athletes in Wildside history, squaring off against his arch rival, most hated nemesis, Smart Bart Sawyer.
Smart Bart wants to shake. I'm sure Scottie would love to shake Bart Sawyer.
Smart Bart Sawyer embarrassed Scottie Wren with a little assistance from J.C. Daz at Hardcore Hell.
Oh my God.
Dug him a clothesline there. Then another. Sawyer comes off the ropes. High back buddied up by the ticking time bomb, and he's on fire this week on Wildside.
Oh, at the rate Bart Sawyer's going, he's going to be in no shape to bring Roddy Piper his Diet Cokes. What a catastrophe that'll be. The world of pro wrestling will stop dead in its tracks. Well, I don't know if the camera is picking up on this, but Smart Bart, it seems to be, he's,
Don't do it.
What, powder? Oh, a time-honored wrestling tradition, I suppose.
Looks like he's got a handful of flour. Or cocaine. I can't say that on the air, can I?
You just did. Thank you a lot.
Powder to the eyes of the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn, and he crashes hard to the floor. And that's 275 pounds. It's a damn wonder he didn't put a hole in the floor.
Looks like Bart Sawyer took a BC powder and came back strong. Whoa, charging with a forearm. A clothesline, I should say, across the chest of Scottie Wrenn, who is still blinded from that headache powder, apparently it is.
Well, that's what it is.
And I can't imagine a bigger headache than smart Bart Sawyer.
Very fitting. Smart Bart going up to the top rope here. Oh, big punch right to the face.
Oh, Wrenn is wrapped up on those top two ropes. I guess that's why he's smart Bart. Oh, big kick to the gut of the ticking time bomb.
Well, Smart Bart is a veteran of the mat wars. And if anybody at his size knows how to incapacitate a big man, it's Smart Bart Sawyer. He's not the largest of guys, going for a big DDT. But Scottie Wrenn able to muscle him over into an overhead release suplex.
Having the number of a big man is one thing. However, having the number of the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn, is an entirely different animal. And what an animal Scottie Wrenn is. Ooh.
Scottie Wrenn, big DDT there by Bart Sawyer.
I don't know if Smart Bart got all he wanted to with that.
2 count only.
Smart Bart Sawyer and the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn, this week on NWA Wildside, and we're only halfway done. Uh-oh, Bart Sawyer has grabbed that potato peeler. I wonder if the ticking time bomb has any idea.
Psycho Slam!
This Psycho Scottie Slam on Bart Sawyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn.
Oh no, the former owner of that potato peeler, Iceberg, slinks under the bottom ropes and is just killing, damn near killing, the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn. Oh dear. Scottie Wrenn couldn't even celebrate his victory over Bart Sawyer before Jeff Bailey unveils the no pain train. Oh.
Ridiculous. Steven, how many more weeks are we going to have to put up with this
Oh, no.
splash? Ground zero splash by the Iceberg.
He's doing it again.
And another.
Scottie Wrenn is the winner of the match, but he looks like anything but a winner right now. As 1/4 plus ton of Iceberg is this, well, I take that back. Scottie Wrenn is coming to his feet. Coming to his feet, but behind him is Jeff Bailey with a chair. Uh-oh. Bye, Jeff.
The ticking time bomb is being absolutely decimated.
Oh, Bailey and Iceberg combination is just too much for Scottie Wrenn.
Scottie Wrenn,
Oh!
tonight you are gonna die. You wanna put your hands on the Iceberg's property? You are so lucky. Oh my God, you know what to do, Iceberg? You're the no pain train. You feel no pain. You're a killer, Iceberg. A killer. I'll put the chair back on him. Do it again. Make him pay. Oh, Scottie Wrenn, you don't deserve to be in the same ring with the Iceberg. Finish him off, Iceberg! Oh, yeah! How does that feel, Scottie Wrenn? You are gonna bleed. Oh, God.
In comes Big Henry Haas. Oh, a few minutes too late. My
Come
God.
on, Iceberg. Don't worry about him. He's nothing. Shut the hell up. He's nothing. Come on, shut up, you stupid redneck.
The ringside fans and Jeff G. Bailey having some words there.
And none
Right,
of
I
which,
found it a bit entertaining.
and none of which can be reiterated here. Well, our apologies to the closed captioning, folks. Caprice, Ice Coleman, and Onyx. Caprice starts it off against all that Adam Jacobs, a man he's very, very familiar with. Where Adam Jacobs has had enough to dealing with Onyx in recent years here at the NCW arena, particularly with the World TV title. That was quite a grueling series of matches between Jacobs and Onyx.
Well, Caprice, Coleman, and Onyx want to get this one underway.
So do we. The show's only so long, guys. And a big slap across that one bad mofo butt.
Caprice Coleman was defeated by Crew Jones a couple of weeks ago on the Wildside. And it was due to some outside interference there. Destiny had a big hand in it. Collar and elbow tie up in the center of the ring. Jacobs and Coleman locking it upside headlock by Caprice Coleman. Hammerlock there. Drop toe hold by Caprice Coleman into a front chancery.
Caprice Coleman, I would think, would probably go for the surprise pin early on in this match. That seems to be Coleman's modus operandi in recent months. But Adam Jacobs and Crew Jones have seen so much.
Onyx with a high cross body on the top. And Caprice Coleman with a Piscano on the Crew Jones. Big right hands in the ring by Onyx. On Jacobs, dunk of a clothesline. Dunk of another by all that Adam Jacobs. Oh, military press. And Jacobs goes down hard. Jones and Coleman are brawling on the outside at this point in time. Spine buster slam.
A spine buster that even the Wildside champion, David Young, would be proud of. Coleman, whee! Doing a number on all that Adam Jacobs.
Coleman so agile, he overshot Jacobs on the moonsault there. But nevertheless, he made a little connection with his head, not the body part he intended.
A lot of enthusiasm on Caprice Coleman. And sometimes it'll come back and bite you in the butt, as it has here against one bad mofo, and one's all we need, Crew Jones.
Oh, there's a stiff arm by Crew Jones.
Why does Jones always do that?
Likes to keep the referees working.
Well, at least that.
All that Adam Jacobs in the ring. We saw all that Adam Jacobs on Wildside television last week, costing Tank the match against the role model Jason Cross.
A beautiful, beautiful dropkick from Adam Jacobs. One of the finest in the industry, I would think.
Double Irish whip. Pair of back elbows by Jacobs and Jones.
Well, the referee's tied up with Onyx in the corner. Hey, Andrew, you're missing a great match. Coleman gets that right shoulder up in the nick of time. But Crew Jones and Caprice Coleman, two guys who have not exactly seen eye to eye in recent weeks, are mixing it up this week here on Wildside.
Coleman with a big right hand on Crew Jones. Jones with a counter there. Gutbuster by the World Television Champion, who defeated Onyx at Hardcore L 2002, which you can now own exclusively on Wildside Home Video. 2-tape set.
Well, Jones and Jacobs, J&J, suffice to say, are working very well with each other. The chemistry is excellent between those two. Well, a swift kick to the head of Adam Jacobs breaks up that pin. Obviously, they want to impress CEO Jeff G. Bailey at ringside.
Forearm shot there by all that Adam Jacobs. And Bailey at ringside. He's been very gluttonous in the back. He's been gloating all evening and last week that he's got this insurance policy to ensure that Jason Cross becomes Wildside Heavyweight Champion. I have no idea what this insurance policy is, but nevertheless, it's got to be dreadful if he's involved at all. Face first, reverse Russian leg sweep by all that Adam Jacobs, rolling cradle albeit a sloppy one, and that's probably why Caprice Coleman kicked out, even though ONYX was there to make the save.
ONYX and Coleman are certainly working well to each other. However, there has not been a legitimate tag between Jones and Jacobs within the past 3 or 4 minutes, seemingly. Yet the referee's back has been turned conveniently in every case. A lot of life left in Caprice. Ice Coleman. But he needs to make that tag to ONYX, and he needs to do it really, really soon.
And, of course, the World Television Champion. There goes for a clothesline. Caprice Coleman ducks it.
But Coleman still just several feet away from the tagging hands of ONYX.
The reverse sit-out facebuster there by Caprice Coleman. And now he has got the energy, the opportunity, and the opening to make the tag to ONYX.
And success. It's ONYX and Adam Jacobs. ONYX clocking Jones. Beautiful drop kicks.
Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by the powerful ONYX.
And that bad mofo in to break it up.
Jones breaks up the pinfall there. Big right hand by Crew Jones.
A blind tag from Coleman. I don't think Jones realizes it.
Springboard drop kick by Caprice Coleman.
He realizes it now.
All that Adam Jacobs has Coleman hooked. Fisherman's Buster.
Oh, I think that's pretty much it. Was that a 3 count?
No, only a 2.
In comes Tank. Tank just clocked CEO Jeff Bailey. Attaboy, Tank. Finally.
All that Adam Jacobs is coming over to make the save on his manager. Too little, too late.
Oh, Adam Jacobs and Tank at ringside. Woohoo!
And Caprice Coleman has Crew Jones ready in the ring.
And
he's got him ready in the ring. Caprice Coleman off the ropes. Thermal shock.
Yes, Coleman on top of Jones. Coleman gets the pin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the tag team match, Caprice Coleman and ONYX.
One of the finest athletes to come down the pike from the power plant. The famous WCW dojo.
I'm here for 2 reasons. First and foremost, this is my house.
It is?
And I built this house.
I didn't know
and
that.
you guys are looking at the next NWA Wildside Heavyweight Champion. And that's the only reason I'm here.
Well, if you get out of a spine buster,
Just in case
maybe
you
so.
didn't hear me, you're about to get a taste of prime time.
I'm sure David Young's looking forward to his taste of prime time. And he's about to see it. Your main event this week on NWA Wildside. It's prime time. Elix Skipper, the challenger, going for the Wildside Heavyweight Championship, held by the Messiah of the Spine Buster, David Young.
And introducing at this time the special guest referee.
Young with a 10 punches to the head of Elix Skipper, and prime time is in no shape to even stand up.
Well, Skipper did come into the NCW arena with quite an attitude, but he came by himself, and he came by himself to win the Wildside Heavyweight title on his own, and that is very important to the credibility of Elix Skipper. David Young now, forearm shot to the back, absorbing the punishment. But how much more can he absorb? Dragon suplex by Elix Skipper. Could see a new Wildside Heavyweight Champion. Young manages to kick out.
With a little bit of assistance on the momentum of that move. Elix Skipper is giving David Young a lot more than anyone ever thought he could handle.
Skipper was going for his finishing maneuver there. The play of the day. There's the spine buster.
And that's all it took.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still Wildside Heavyweight Champion, David Young.
The Messiah of the Spinebuster dusted off a good old Spinebuster, curtailing the attack of primetime Elix Skipper. As special guest referee, the phenomenal AJ Styles raises David Young's hand in victory. What a main event this was. Oh my God. Jason Cross and Iceberg and Jeff Great.
Come on, damn it to hell.
Here comes Styles, going to town on Jason Cross, and Bailey signaling for the troops. Styles and Cross, it's Young and Iceberg.
It's Blackout.
Oh,
what the hell is it?
Oh, for Pete damn sake.
Is this the insurance policy that Jeff G. Bailey was boasting about? Is this the newest members of the NWA Elite?
Hey, Elix Skipper's trying to get Elix Skipper is taking care of Blackout. This is not what Primetime had bargained for here at all. It's Elix Skipper and Homicide. Blackout finally taken out of here. Jeff Bailey, he's heading for the hills. But Iceberg and David Young. Oh my God, the Wildside Heavyweight Champion is getting handed to him by the No Pain Train. Oh, Rick Michaels with a chair. Oh my, whee! Just clocked Iceberg. We have seen, I think, the new and improved Rick Michaels finally at last. Oh, did he mean to do that?
Rick Michaels, did he mean to do it? He just clocked David Young with a chair, but did he mean to do it? After Michaels' relationship with the Elite had seemingly dissolved before our eyes, you have to wonder, was the chair shot intentional? Is he trying to make amends with David Young? Or is he just out for himself? What's going on here? So many questions to be answered, Steven, but unfortunately, they're going to have to be answered next week because we are out of time.
We'll see you next week here on the United States #1 wrestling alternative. That's NWA Wildside. For Dan the Dragon Wilson, I'm Stephen Prazak. We'll see you next week.